Hello, welcome back to Random Tek. Today I thought to do a quick clip on connecting an original Apple MagSafe cable to a modern MagSafe 3 port. Why? Because it's random. Apple's original MagSafe powered connector came out in 2006 with the introduction of the new MacBook Pro. For those of you who don't know what a MagSafe power connector is, it's Apple's proprietary magnetic power adapter, which just clicks into place via magnets and can safely and quickly disconnect from the computer if the cable suddenly moves without bringing the computer with it crashing. Originally released as a T-shape connector, Apple transitioned to an L-shaped connector around mid-2009. Although different shapes, they are both the same connector and can be swapped with each other. I'm going to be using the later L-shaped connector as shown here. 3 different wattages were released for these, 45, 60, and 85 watts. I have here the 60 watt version and will be connecting it to my late 2009 MacBook. You can hear a satisfying click when connected and see a green light come on indicating the MacBook is fully charged. Looking at the system profile, we can indeed see that the charger is supplying 60 watts. In 2012, with the introduction of the thinner MacBook Air and MacBook Pro, Apple updated MagSafe to version 2, going back to its T-shaped design. While mechanically the same, physically the MagSafe 2 was thinner and wider than the first edition, making the two incompatible on their own. Luckily, Apple also released the MagSafe to MagSafe 2 adapter, which allowed all original power cables to be used on new devices. You can see here the original MagSafe connector goes on the one side, while the other side plugs into the MagSafe 2 port. Once again, a LED light comes on. This time it is orange to indicate charging. Looking at the system profile, we can again see the power supply of 60 watts. Starting around 2016, Apple started to phase out MagSafe on the Macs in favor of USB-C charging, to the dismay of many of their customers. Unfortunately, Apple never had an official adapter between MagSafe and USB-C. However, quite a few third-party companies did, such as this iWinner adapter. Plug in the MagSafe 2 adapter on the one side and the other USB-C connector into the MacBook, we don't immediately notice anything with the LED indicator light not coming on. However, looking through the system profile, we can indeed verify the computer is charging with this adapter. However, the wattage has mysteriously dropped to only 45 watts. This brings us to MagSafe 3, which came out in late 2021, starting with the new MacBook Pros. It looks pretty much identical to the previous MagSafe 2 version, but physically it is once again different. Again, there is no official Apple adapter from MagSafe 2 to MagSafe 3, so we will get a bit more creative. We can use this USB-C female-to-female adapter to connect to the USB-C side of our previous adapter chain. Then we can plug in our MagSafe 3 cable to the other side. Plugging this monstrosity into our MacBook shows the LED charging light illuminating. And once again, going into the system profiler, we can see it charging with again 45 watts. That concludes another video. Was it pointless? Yes, pretty much so. But it was also random. And for those of you wondering, yes, we can use this adapter chain to charge an iPhone via Lightning as well. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.